Hello and welcome to another Wineword Italy review. Today, as you can see, I've got the new t-shirt on, Wineword Italy, video wine reviews and wine tours. Another aspect to what I'm trying to do here to encourage you good people to come to Italy and try the local wines. Okay, first of all today then, a very big thank you to Tommaso Armento at Forti del Vento for sending samples of all 8 of their currently produced wines. Now the location is a little out of my normal area. It's near Ovada in the southeast corner of Piemonte, midway between Alessandria and Genoa. So if you're not familiar with Italy, this is a section of the coast of Liguria. Here's the Mediterranean Sea and there's Genoa, and up here is Ovada, and it's just outside Ovada. Okay, that's where we're taking these wines from today. I haven't yet visited the cantina or the vineyards, so I've got that pleasure to look forward to. But through the contact I've already had, and from reading the website, which is www.fortidelvento.com, this is just the kind of producer I'm eager to get to know and to promote in some small measure. By way of an introduction to the philosophy of the producers, that is Tommaso Armento and Marco Tacchino, I've translated a short section taken from their website. It goes something like this. We aren't interested in growing vines simply to make and sell wine. Our aim is to guide the wine drinker through everything that goes into its production. The work involved, our respect for the local environment, the unique qualities of the wine and the vines from which it originated. Sometimes we can get lost in a glass of water. For us, it's important to find ourselves again in a glass of wine. In this case, 8 glasses of very varied wines. But where should I start? Now then, before we select the first wine, let's just think about the name of the place. It's called Forti del Vento, and this refers to the number of fortresses that exist in the hills, in the Monferrato hills around this area, and also the fact that this is a constantly wind-swept zone. So the name of the cantina sort of takes its name from here. Alright, start at the very beginning, a very good place to start. Let's look at this one here. Okay, how about this? It's called Capovia. And let's have a very close look at the label. Why? Well, Capovia literally means the end of the road. But as the road has 2 ends, one of them must be the beginning. So let's make this the beginning of our little journey through the 8 wines we're going to look at. Okay, this one is 100% Dolcetto, which is a varietal widely grown in Piemonte. Due to its early fruiting quality, it's even possible to grow it in the alpine areas of Piemonte. It grows from Cuneo to Asti to Alessandria, most important wine growing areas within Piemonte. Now, the Dolcetto vineyard at Forti del Vento has a southeast aspect, and it's located between 280 and 320 metres above sea level. Oh, before I open it, let's have a look at the packaging a little, because it's very nice. You might have noticed this is a small bottle. Okay, I've received a range of their wines in 500 millilitre bottles, 50 centilitres. Apparently there's a very good reason for this. Look at the top there as well. Rather nicely done. It's got the outline of the bovine thing there, quite similar to the Buffalo Nero that I did a review of some months ago. Anyway, let's have a look. Why small bottles? Well, apparently the reasoning goes something like this. Many people, particularly if you're travelling or if you're visiting an area for a short time, you're liable to have a bottle of wine with lunch or maybe an evening meal. Most people travel and drink wine in couples. An entire bottle between 2 people in one meal time is rather excessive, especially if somebody's got to drive at the end of the night. Now, their thinking then was, why not provide a standard bottle, half a litre, ideal for couples? And it's a wonderful idea. No change in quality, the packaging is basically the same layout, and why not? So let's crack this one open. There we go. Okay. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. We're away here. Alright. Now the denomination on this is a Monferrato Rosso DOP, which is Denominazione di Origine Protetta. So it's not DOC, it's DOP, given there. Alright. Okay, it's an early harvest, relatively. It's harvested from mid to late September. And it's harvested by hand into small boxes. It's then vinified for 2 or 3 weeks in stainless steel, and then it's left for a further few months on fine lees to settle, and then it spends at least 12 months in oak barrels, some of which are new, some of which are used before being bottled. So it's had quite a long journey already. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get some in the glass and see what this is all about. And like I said, this is a new area for me geographically to look at, so this could be something completely new. Let's just check out the colour there. Don't know if we can see that. It's a very, very deep ruby red. Okay, it's got quite a good consistency there. It's staying on the sides of the glass quite well, and I can see some alcohol rising up there. Should be served around 18 to 20 degrees. This one is about 13.5% by volume, the alcohol. So without any further ado, let's get the nose in and see what we can pick out here. Oh, and as was suggested when I sniffed the cork just now, first hit is sort of red fruits, raspberries, maybe even the blackberry hint. There's sort of a slight bitterness there. What's going on? Okay, no, it's not blackberry. It's almost an almondy bitterness, there. Certainly the red fruits, very pleasant. There's a sort of herby finish there in the scent as well. Almost rosemary. It's a midway between rosemary and thyme. Very aromatic. And it's certainly a lovely warm smell. Let's see if that's maintained in the taste. Cin-cin. And warmth is the first sensation there. Warmth and the fruit coming through very, very well there. It's not acid, very smooth. Yes, there's a slight hint of bitterness, but not an unpleasantness at all, a sort of almondy suggestion. Very, very nice. It's not dry, it's not sweet, it's straight down the road, very well balanced. And the taste, quite long lasting. I've got quite a good dark fruit taste remaining there afterwards. Now, in the absence of any fantastic Piemontese recipes, I would think a wine like this would suit something like a barbecued evening or barbecued lunch. It's quite substantial. Let's have another sniff. It's really, yeah, I'm getting a really good cherry kind of sensation there now. It's lovely. Possibly as it's warming up in the air. We've got another very warm afternoon. So there you are. Yes, something with a barbecue or a fairly good meaty dish, and this would serve you a treat. So there it is, the first of the Forti del Vento wines, Capovia, Monferrato Rosso, 2008. Okay, and a splendid start to our extended tour of the Forti del Vento. Cin-cin. Right, the second wine is an Altaguardia, Piemonte Albarossa DOP 2009. There's the labelling. Again, this is a 500 milliliter, 500 centiliter in my dreams, 500 milliliter bottle, 50 centiliters, for much the same reason as the other one. Again, the rather nice packaging. Now, let's talk a little about the varietal here, because it may not be familiar to many of you, and it's not surprising. Why? Well, Albarossa literally means red dawn. Beautiful image. The wine varietal itself was first obtained by crossing Nebbiolo and Barbera varietals in 1938 by Professor Giovanni Dalmasso. Subsequent studies, running right up until 2000, have allowed this varietal to become a recommended listed varietal for the provinces of Alessandria, Asti and Cuneo, all of them in Piemonte. Okay, so it's a relatively new varietal, and it's very experimental at this point. Okay, again, let's talk a little bit about the harvesting. It's hand harvested in mid-October into small boxes again, very much like the Capovia. Again, it's vinified in stainless steel. It's left on the fine lees for 6 months or so, and then it's stored in oak barrels once again. Some are old, some are new, and it's mixed. They are rotated. The alcohol here is about 13.5. This particular one has 13.3 marked on the label, and should be served again to 18 to 20 degrees. And if you're not watching Glorious Technicolor, that's 65 to 68 Fahrenheit for our friends on the other side of the Atlantic. Okay, let's get some in the glass, see what we can compare and contrast with the Capovia. Splendid gloop, once again. Colour, very similar. I'm getting a certain nose there already. Okay, and there with the warm weather and the relatively high alcoholic content, it's rising well up the glass. But the colour there is a lovely ruby red again. Perhaps a little more violet this time around the edges. Delightful colour. Yeah, it's a warm day, so the alcohol's coming out quite quickly. Alright, so let's not waste time, because I don't want it to evaporate. I'd like to enjoy this. Let's get the nose in, see what we got. Oh, it's a lighter smell. Still get the fruit there, quite early on. More plum than cherry this time, I would say. And the sort of spicier end of things, rather than being herbal, it's a warmer, gentle, sweeter, sort of vanilla-y kind of sensation. Maybe floral, but not particularly. The floral side of it's a bit played down there by the intensity of the fruit. Okay, so Cin-cin. Let's taste this. My very, very first experience of a wine made from Albarossa varietal. So Cin-cin, and Cin-cin especially to my good friends at Forti del Vento. Wow, that is something different. I'm quite wiped away. Gosh, it's very, very smooth. I mean, obviously, temperature-wise, it's quite warm anyway, because we're not serving a cold wine, but the sensation is very warm. It's very well balanced. It's got that silky smoothness I would associate with something like a very good Cabernet Sauvignon. The taste is nothing like it, don't get me wrong, it's just the smoothness is there. Now this time, where's it grown? Similar area, same height above sea level, although this time it's on a western exposed slope, giving it the best of the afternoon and evening sunshine. Well worth the trip, I would have thought. If you've never been to Piemonte and you've never tried anything produced from Albarossa, don't pass it by. Go down there to Forti del Vento try their Altaguardia, because there it is. Okay, marvellous. And you can drink this again alongside a roast, or possibly a stewed meat dish might be a nice change. Who says you couldn't have a good old Irish stew with a drop of this? Why not? Probably better still with something Italian, but more than happy to mix and match. That's what it's all about. Okay, the alcohol going up there in the warmth very nicely. That's probably about all for today. The first two of the Forti del Vento wines. First of all, we had the Capovia Monferrato Rosso, which is the Dolcetto, followed by the Altaguardia Piemonte Albarossa, 100% Albarossa. Very different, something totally new to me, but really, try it. Get down there, as I hope to before the year is out. Cin-cin. See you very soon on Wineword Italy Reviews. Bye-bye.